Hi everyone, this is Edgar checking in. I am here with Ashlee. She is my friend from massage school. We met a couple of months ago, actually, not that long ago.
Almost about a year.
Almost about a year, and we've recently reconnected through a series of synchronistic events. And so we met up and we had a healing session. So I'm going to have her introduce herself, tell us a little about why she is interested in Reiki and her experience with Reiki, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, I am a Reiki practitioner, and recently I have been guided to connect more energetically. But I felt like I needed a good healing, and Edgar and I, have reconnected, and it was like a synchronicity. I got my healing today, and I feel like it was to, help me get back on the path of really healing energetically.
Very nice. So it was funny because before we connected, we had been running through each other's minds, and one day I see her on Facebook and we reconnect, and the rest is kind of like just starting to play out. But it was very interesting because I didn't know she was a Reiki practitioner, and working on a Reiki practitioner was very, very different. This was the first time I've worked on a Reiki practitioner, and it was kind of like giving maintenance to a very well kept, luxurious car. In energetic terms. So, you say you're a Reiki practitioner before. How long
Yes.
have you been doing Reiki, and how did that start for you? How did that happen for you?
How I got into Reiki?
Yeah.
Well, I started in 2012. I was going to Mueller College of Holistic Studies. Honestly, I took the class. It was an elective. I went into it not thinking anything. I had major healing going through that class, and
Wow.
that's when I started getting into meditating and kind of feeling more of a spiritual connection, but not fully embracing it quite yet. And then I would practice it here and there, and then it was this past year and a half that I've been guided to do it more, and the more that I've been doing Reiki, I feel very spiritually connected, and I just feel like I needed to embrace more of the energy to be able to give this beautiful healing to
Lovely.
others.
Yeah. So before these classes, had you heard about Reiki, or had you? No, nothing.
No, but
Okay.
as I was younger, like I was telling you earlier,
Mhm.
I always had sensation in my hands
Okay.
that I never could explain. And then now that I am kind of got more in touch with my Reiki and the energy healing, it all makes sense. It all relates.
It all falls into place.
Yes.
Yeah. So Ashlee in her childhood would also get her hand activations, and she would feel energy very much so how I would feel it when I was a kid, but we didn't know where to go or who to ask, and anyone we told about didn't really tell us anything about it. So we really didn't have a lot of people to learn about this. But now things are starting to change, and people of similar interests are starting to get together. So then you say you went through a lot of healing during that class. A series of events unfolded where you went down your spiritual path.
Yes.
And then, so let's start with your experience today. We came in and we did an aura cleansing first. And so what was your experience with that?
Very calming. Immediately felt grounded. I had this energetic, like spark in my back, and I usually get really bad back pain. And actually, I don't have any back pain right now, so that's
Very
great.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then we moved on and we did a quick chakra balancing. And your lower chakras were very, very clean, and I congratulated you.
Yes.
And so did you have any experiences on the first go while I was going up to your heart?
I felt the energy being grounded and moving, which was really nice.
Okay.
It helped calm me because I tend to be in my mind consistently, so that was really nice. It was a good start to the session.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And so then we moved on to her heart, and This was actually very interesting because we both had an image about what was going on separately, but the images were very similar. So that gives me confirmation that some very, very good healing was going on. And so it was sort of like a low density, and then not density, it was kind of like a low charge area compared to the other chakras, and then just charged it, and then I got the image of a spiritual flower just coming in and creating like healing and activation in our heart. And you say you saw the same thing.
I had the same exact vision, and just beautiful colors coming out from the flower, which was really neat.
And it felt like a lift of energy.
I just felt my heart just completely expanding and just like a huge release.
Yeah.
It was open. I had prior been feeling heavy in my heart chakra, my throat chakra, and I felt like it was finally just released.
Very nice. And sometimes as a healer, you are going through the same emotions and feelings that the patient is going through. And so the release feels very, very beautiful, to say the least. And then we moved on to your higher chakras, and everything was good. And then did you have any experiences while we were working on your crown chakra?
So when I was seeing a lot of different colors, I was seeing different visions as well. I think we decided one of them was a past life vision.
Yeah.
I saw a spirit animal.
Very nice.
We might have been yours.
We're not sure. So Ashlee here is starting to get the intuition of spirit animals of different people that she encounters. And while I was working on her, you said you had a vision of an animal?
Yes, of a gorilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you tell me how you were able to differentiate whether this image was for you or not.
When it's for me, it's your intuition, it's that instinct, it's just yours. There's no doubt to it. Whereas when I saw this gorilla, I thought, I was like, why am I seeing this gorilla? What was this? I didn't feel a connection quite with it myself, even though I knew I was supposed to be seeing it. So that's why I'm pretty sure it was your spirit animal.
Cool. So I think I got a message from spirit today, so I will definitely look into what gorilla may be trying to tell me. And so we did the crown chakra, and then we came back down, and when we reached your legs, there was a lot of earth energy waiting for you that I just started releasing, and so you had a beautiful experience with that too. Each little toe had one, so tell us a little bit about that one.
Okay, so my left toe, I saw energy going into my toe expanding, so it was like a big toe, and then it was just split in half, and all this energy was going through it, and then it closed back up, and then my other toe, when you moved over to my right side, it was the same big toe, and I thought it was going to split open, but then there was like a hummingbird, and it was directed to the tip of my big toe, and then it was like all this energy, it was sucking all the energy from the bird, the hummingbird, and it was just flowing into me, and that was very vivid and clear, and it was pretty cool.
Beautiful. So hummingbirds have a spiritual significance and are connected to healing, intuition, psychic abilities, and so spirit may be trying to give you a message as well, because when you see hummingbird in your visions, it's a very good blessing.
Yes.
And so it's funny that she mentions the tip of her toes, because at the tip of her toes we have the ends of some meridian channels, and that meridian channel goes all the way to your brain. And so it might be a way that the human body is engineered to absorb energy via earth or spirit. It's very, very physiological, and all these experiences that we talk about are experiences we feel with our body. So
pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing. Okay, so then let me see, what else?
Oh, my feet are usually always cold. They are so warm right now.
Very nice. I get all activated and ready to go. So I'd encourage you to continue this connection with your feet and learn how to make them hot and energetic because it's very, very soothing to continue the connection with Earth and your spirit. So if you had or were asked to explain what energy healing is or feels like by someone who has never experienced it before, how would you describe it?
Oh, I'm not very good at explaining these. It's very calming. It's like you get this focus, this clarity. It's like a meditation state. It's like someone's helping you. A lot of people that it's hard for them to get into that meditative state. If you get a Reiki session, it will help you just connect and it will calm you, and you'll just be amazed of how light you feel and how much clarity you'll have and just this focus, and it's a beautiful experience.
Wow.
You'll feel energy going through you even if you don't know what it is. Some people that have never experienced energy, they call it a fluid. They're like, oh, I feel a fluid going through me.
Interesting.
And I usually have to explain to them, no, that's your chi. But they're not too familiar with that. And then they get to know. It's pretty neat. It's beautiful. You do have chi running through all of your body.
And then, very nice. And so you currently practice, are you taking clients, or what is your take on your Reiki side now?
So I have my own practice in Pacific Beach, Meta Massage by Ashlee. And that's where I practice Reiki as well. So yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
And one last question. If you could label this experience, would you say it is a normal, everyday experience, or would you say there is a mystical nature?
It should be an everyday experience, but
Right.
it definitely has a mysticalness to it.
Yes, it does. All right, so I hope your guides and angels put this energy to really, really, really good use, and that you have a very, very wonderful spiritual path ahead of you. And with this, I thank you for being my volunteer, for letting me work on you. And
Thank you. I'm so happy we connected.
I am too. Namaste.
Namaste.
All right. Thank you, everyone. This is Edgar signing off, bringing the mystical experience to the everyday life.